Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Car Mechanic Simulator. We've just worked on a classic, and now we're going to work on a Tempest Magnum, which looks like another kind of old vintage or, well, classic. So, yeah, quite exciting. Have we worked on this car before? Yes, we have, haven't we? Wow, this is pretty bad, but that's one of the things we have to repair. Unfortunately, we don't have quite the stuff to repair the body parts, but that's okay. We don't have that experience point yet, but we will have it soon. Anyway, so it wants all running gear, so we can just move it to the lifter, and we'll repair all those parts. There will be nothing wrong here, even though it's in pretty poor condition, I have to say, but oh well. There's gonna be a lot of rubber bushings that's wrong with this, and so on. Don't really need to put it on the test track, which, incidentally, is kind of funny now. We bought the test track to make it, you know, this easier, but it just takes too much time, and it's far too easy to just find the problems ourselves via Rust. I guess it gets a lot more difficult in hardcore mode, where Rust is calculated differently. I still don't know what that's all about. I would have to, you know, see it for myself, what that actually means. Well, we have to take all of this stuff off. So there we go with that. And also the inner tie rod, the outer tie rod. Well, that one is okay, but the inner tie rod needs replacing, as does the steering rack. Alright, let's do the other side as well. Cling, cling. Let's take the brake calipers off and everything so we can get to the parts that matter. Actually, is it bad? It doesn't seem to be. No, but we'll need to, I'll have to check it. Either way, let's take this stuff off. The spring needs replacing. That sway bar, actually, that was 54%. Might not have needed replacement, but we'll have to check what the minimum was. There. Also rubber bushings, that's probably gonna be a problem. Gotta check on this side. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Well, maybe not that bad. Let me see. The minimum is 47%, so that was actually quite okay, I think. Now here. Oh, the entire thing will need to be replaced, I think. The entire rear axle. Interesting. Let me check over here. Yeah, this stuff needs to go off, because we need to replace that one. Solid axle drive. Right. Well, all of this will need to come off. Really? We'll have to take the entire suspension off. Everything. Quite interesting. That comes off as well. Shock absorbers. The other bushing. And the actual leaf spring. Oh yeah, the plate comes off as well. There. And now on the other side as well. And of course the drive shaft. So we can disconnect it from the rear axle. There we go. Alright, let's... come on. Let's take this wheel off as well. See if there's anything underneath that we need to take. Yes, we do. The axle. Rear drive axle needs to come off. And I'm not sure why I'm speaking like Sean Connery, no? Right, there's the rear shock absorber. It's a rear shock absorber A. Oh, sorry. B. The small rubber bushing comes off, as do the U-bolts. Man, this thing is just full of rust. There we go. Alright, gotta take that off. Look at that. There's nothing left. Nothing. Alright, let's see. Yep, we found everything. Right, you know what time it is? It's picture time. There. There's that one. And the body parts. There. It's a Tempest Magnum. So let's do that first. Just opening the pictures, and there we go. Tempest Magnum. Alright, what do we need? We need the front left door. Front left door. How much is it? 400. Wow. Front right fender. What? Front right fender. Oh, there it is. The hood. The trunk. It's always the hood and the trunk, isn't it? Rear bumper. And the right tail light. Alright. Wait, what about the parts? We need the bottom suspension arm, 2 of them. Double wishbone. Shock absorber. Spring. The front one. Do we need a back one? No, we don't. Front wheel hub. Inner tie rod. Leaf spring. Plate. And rear drive axle. Leaf spring rear drive axle. 600, bloody hell. Also the rear axle knuckle housing B. Rear shock absorber. B. Small rubber bushing. Solid axle. What did I... Oh, sorry. Solid rear drive axle. And a steering rack. And that's 800. Lovely. Alright. Let's fix the car. Assemble mode. All this stuff comes back on. It's a shame they're not replacing that stuff as well. There's a new suspension arm. Lovely. Steering rack. Quite expensive piece of kit. That and the spring. Where's the cap? Oh, there's no cap here, is there? Oh, yeah, there is. There is. There we go. There's the inner tie rod and the outer tie rod, and then the wheels. Retro wheels. Do I have anything interesting to say? No, not really. I'm thinking if I have some random stuff to tell you, like, you know, from my car stuff or bike stuff or whatever. But no. Well, I could lament on and on about, you know, my Pontiac GTO / Vauxhall Monaro or the Ford Mustang dreams. I've seen 2 Pontiac GTOs being sold. Unfortunately, they're all the way up there somewhere in Germany. I think one of them is in Berlin. The other one is... Actually, one of them is in Latvia. So, quite far away. So it's kind of a problem if you come over there, either, you know, if a friend takes you or if you actually fly there, and then you don't like the car. Brilliant! So you just wasted loads of money. Mind you, I guess you would waste even more money if you were to buy the car that you didn't actually want, because it was in a bad condition, but, you know, was that it? Oh, there's still stuff at the back, of course. Pretty much everything, because there's nothing here. Right, so there's the new rear solid axle. Man, solid axle, that's not really very good. Alright. There we go. Shock absorber. So yeah, every time I see them, I'm like, oh, I want it. Oh, I want it now. And of course, then I remember that I don't really have that kind of money, and that even if I did, it would cost a lot more in taxes to import it, and then, even if I did have that kind of money, it would cost even more for, you know, for all the maintenance and the fuel and such. But maybe one day, maybe, you know, you never know. But it's just, I don't know. I like dreaming. I go into those websites, look for the cars, and just sort of drool, and then, you know, I have to wipe off my keyboard and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. It's not the prettiest sight, but there you go. I will own a V8 one of these days, though. I want it. Grrr. even though it's completely stupid, unnecessary, and impractical. But I want it. And uneconomical, and not green, and not eco, and not all of that crap that they're, you know, that they want us to do these days. I mean, I'm not against, you know, economical and eco stuff, but it's just, I want to have some fun. Not saying that I don't have any fun, but still. That rubber bushing over there we need to replace. There we go. And on the other side as well. Off you go. I think that's it. Oh, that rubber bushing over there. Bing. There we go. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Right, let's fix the body parts. Oh man, we're not even close to 9,000 experience yet. It's a bit annoying. Right, let's take that off. That off. That's alright. The doors come off, the trunk, and the rear stuff. Alright. Put all the new stuff in. Nice. That looks far more proper. Nobody wants us to respray the cars anymore. That's kind of a shame. There we go. It's all done. It's yours, sir. 7,000. Yeah, quite a bit. Nice. Alright, let's see. Let's take the Salem Spectre. Poor brake performance, repair all gear, sprayed with the factory. Well, there we go. I was just complaining about nobody wanting to respray their cars, and there we go. They all want us to spray it with the factory color, though. Why not, you know, with a... I don't know. Wait a second. This sort of has the rear and the spoiler of a Mustang, sort of. The front of a... Not really sure what the front would be. But the back looks like a... sort of a GTR? A Nissan GTR? I don't know. Anyway, right, what's wrong with it? Poor brake performance, that's fine. Gearbox faults and the factory color. Okay, not too much of a problem. Everything good over here, as we can see. The brakes will need replacing, of course. And I can already take the... No, actually. The starter motor will be taken off on the lifter because it's down here. So, let's put it on the lifter. I'm sorry, I have to do it. I have to do it. There. Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. Anyway, brakes. So yeah, I can lament and talk about my dream cars again. Oh dear. What is your dream car? I'm sure you've already told me in the comments, but if you haven't yet, as I said, I'm recording these in advance, so I do apologize. But let me know what your dream car is. I know many will probably say like a Lamborghini Gallardo or a Aventador or maybe even something older and more dangerous like a Diablo or I don't know, or a Ferrari or a... you know, if I had a lot of money and I could afford like a very expensive car, I think my optimal car would be something like an Aston Martin, because I like the, you know, the whole idea of an Aston Martin as a luxurious yet also fast car. I don't know, the performance, the sound of them, very cool. All right, is that it? Yes. Oh yeah, of course, gearbox. Let's check out the gearbox. So the starter motor will have to come off. Unfortunately, so will the drive shaft. Oh dear. There it is. So yeah, we can say lots of things about dream cars. I mean, there's also, you know, the more exotic stuff like the Zondas, McLarens, but those are really crazy. Or a Bugatti Veyron, or a Bugatti Chiron, or a Chiron. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. That car looks absolutely sexy though. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's got 1,500 horsepower, which is, well, quite frankly, insane, but there you go. Alright, that's all she wrote, I think. Right, so let's see. Gearbox faults. Bing. Picture of that, and bing. All right. Let's go to the shopping place. I want the shopping place, please. Clutch plate. We already have a pressure plate, right? I bought one and didn't need it. We need a bearing and a flywheel. And then we need lots of brake stuff. 3 calipers. 2 discs. 1 ventilator. And 4 pads. Alright, that's it. And again, with the clown music. I don't know. I guess the game just thinks I'm a clown, so, oh well. Right, brake calipers going on. There's some retro stuff. On the other hand, if I had so much money that I could afford, you know, more than one car like that, then, well, I mean, of course, then you can just start playing around. You know, if you have a garage big enough and enough money, I would probably have a DB9 for comfortable driving. Probably a Maserati Quattroporte for just a bit of hooligan fun, even though it's also sort of an executive, you know, performance car, I guess you could call it. But the sound of that is just insane. Then definitely some kind of a, you know, thrashing V8 muscle car, aka Pontiac GTO, even though the Pontiac GTO, or, well, Vauxhall Monaro, really, is apparently a very, very good as far as handling goes. So not quite a muscle car. I mean, it's got the power, but it doesn't, you know, handle like a pig. Was that it? Yes, it was. Gearbox, of course. What else would I have then in the garage? I guess it's dreaming time. I don't know. What would I have? Well, I mean, I don't know if I would want a Veyron or a, you know, any of these crazy Bugattis, like a 15 bloody 100 horsepower Bugatti. I mean, I don't know if I would want it. I mean, all of these cars that I've said, with the probably exception of the Pontiac GTO, which is also one of the reasons I like it so much, is they attract too much attention, really. And I don't really like attracting attention, usually. I'm not a flashy kind of guy, you know? I'm not very fashionable. I don't like attracting attention on the road or anything. I like having a stealthy car. Basically, if you've ever heard the expression, I like a car that's all go, no show, which basically is the opposite of all go, all show, no go, which is cars that, you know, people pimp out and they've got huge exhaust and spoilers and all of that and crazy stuff, but, you know, they're completely lacking in power. They don't really go like they show it. Now let's repaint the car. Factory color, paint. Yes. Psst, psst. There we go. Looks lovely now. So yeah, I like that, the Pontiac GTO. It's a very sort of stealthy car. It doesn't really look like, you know, much. Alright, there we go. 3,500. Oh man, we're less than 400 XP away from owning a parking space. Or parking for our cars. Let's do another Salem Spectre fastback. I'm sure we're going to get our 400 XP there. Hopefully. So yeah, anyway. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and we're gonna continue next time when we work on this Mustang over here, or, well, Salem Spectre. Have a good one. Bye-bye.